What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the BBN Report, where we talk all things college football and basketball. And currently, I have my Kentucky basketball preview versus Missouri uploading right now. And I just finished this Houston Auburn game right here. What a fantastic bowl game here. Now, I'm typically not somebody who watches too many of the bowl games. That's been one of the reasons why the lack of football content on this channel. I just don't really care about the bowl games. But this right here, this Houston Auburn game, this was a very good game between a pretty good Houston team and a depleted Auburn team here. Now, I'm personally happy that Auburn's going to win. Houston's going to win this game 17-13 because I bet on this game. I took Houston to win this game. And so I'm definitely very happy to see them get a late touchdown there. That was very questionable. You could have called intentional grounding there on the second down. I think it was on second down or something like that. You could have called intentional grounding. Then the very next play on the touchdown, you very well could have called a hold there. I thought he definitely got away with a hold, in my opinion. But like I said, that in my opinion that equals out some of the terrible calls that have went Auburn's way, giving them a little bit of home ground cooking in this game, being right down the road from their home stool here. But yeah, this was a overall really good game here. I actually thought Houston's offensive line played really well in this game. They really gave their quarterback a lot of time to really read his progressions and make throws. I really thought that in the second half there, I kind of had a feeling that Auburn was going to come back to win this game. And for the most part in this second half, I do think Auburn played better than Houston. But overall, Houston is the one that ends up getting the win here. Like I said, overall, it was a really good game. Probably one of the better bowl games we've seen. That's actually the first bowl game I've watched, I'm not going to lie. Like I said, I just don't really care that much about the bowl games. Right now, we got the Louisville Cardinals and Air Force going on here. Go Air Force. But one thing I was really surprised by, I was really impressed with Auburn's quarterback in this game. I thought he played a lot better. What's his name? Finley or whatever. I thought he played really good in this game. I actually thought it was one of his better performances overall. You know, outside of a couple of throws, Auburn very well could have won this game. A couple of throws that Auburn gets back, they could probably very well win this game. I guess you could say the same thing the other way for Houston as well. A couple of throws that go their way, and they end up not needing a touchdown late to end up winning that game. But one thing, I'm not really surprised that Houston won this game. I thought they would win this game. Houston was a team that, if you go back and you watch their American Championship game against Cincinnati, they really, for the most part, played toe-to-toe with Cincinnati in that game. Outside of like a 5-minute window there where Cincinnati put like 3 touchdowns on the board in like 5 minutes. Outside of that, if you really look back and look at that game, Houston really held up with Cincinnati in that game. And of course, Cincinnati being one of the teams with the best secondaries in the country. So that's definitely something to look at. And that's one of the reasons why I did think that Houston would win this game. I mean, Houston was no slouch this season. I mean, third time in school history winning 12 games here. But I definitely think, kind of watching this game, you kind of have a blueprint of what Auburn's going to do for next season, especially with Bo Nix transferring to Oregon, which, by the way, he still has a chance to once again lose to Georgia next season. One thing I was really impressed with was in this game was Houston's defensive line. They really didn't let Auburn run the ball at all, which was one thing that I kind of thought that Auburn might be able to do, was be able to run the football in this game, but they were not able to run the football. Houston's defensive line was stout in this game, and this game was really won in the trenches because Houston's offensive line, which has been really not a strong suit for Houston this year. If you've watched Houston, you would realize that. But it's not really been a strong suit for Houston, and their offensive line played really, really well today. Really allowed their quarterback to go through his progressions, really make good reads. And I think he was only sacked a couple of times in this game, which is pretty good for a Houston team with a mediocre offensive line. Not to mention, they were able to run the ball on Auburn, which was a thing that I was really surprised about. I thought if Houston was going to win this game, they were going to have to run the ball. And I thought when they needed to run the ball, Auburn was able to really run the ball, which was a little bit impressive in my opinion. But I'll sit back and I'll watch this Louisville and Air Force game here. Don't know if I'll do a post-game reaction for this game or not. I don't know if I'll end up watching the full game or not. But like I said, I currently have my Kentucky-Missouri basketball preview uploading right now. So I'll go ahead and end this video and upload it as well. And I'll go ahead and I'll catch you guys in the next one.